Mars and Venus go hand in hand into Aquarius together on March 6th in the US. And I just feel like it's just a beautiful time. It's very Aquarius energy. For me, is very scattered. My ruling planet Aries is, my ruling planet Mars is going in there and is very colored by Venus right now because they're together. Venus and Mars are normally only together for 10 days, but they're together for like a month this go round. And so I do feel like we've been talking about that. The union is coming, the unification energy. And so I just wanted to dive into Mars and Venus going into Aquarius. I'm going to pull from various decks, and I want to give you guys the channeled messages that I came in. I also liked switching up the perspective of the video. Yes, I'm still wearing this robe because that is how I've set my life up in such a way. If you want me to wear a different robe, feel free to DM me and send me one, and we'll I'll show you. I'll give you the address. Send that too. But I want to start with channeled messages because let's just get the bad news out of the way. Well, no, I don't want to start with channeled messages. Mars is your ambition, your drive, your motivation, your physical energy, your access, your like how much the divine, like your cup of fucks that they gave you. If your shit's in like Cancer where it's debilitated, then your connection to harnessing your physical energy may be a trial or an obstacle for you to overcome. So things of that. Find out where your Mars is. Me personally, my Mars is in Capricorn. Natally, when I was born, Mars was in the sign of Capricorn, which it's exalted there. And so that's why I'm always on 12. But while I'm also like really hard on myself and I have no social life and all I do is work, and but I make all my dreams come true. So that Mars energy, your driving force, your also your sexual energy, is combined with Venus. And Venus is, her function is attraction. Venus attracts. So wherever Venus is for you in your natal chart, that's the energy that you are comfortable with attracting in, and that's usually what is drawn to you. Whether you're comfortable with it or not is a different story actually. So, but that's what normally, that's what you'll be drawing in. And so, and that's also where like you excel in the realm of money, art, possessions, beauty, business, self-love, self-indulgence, but also comfort, luxury, quality, the fine dining, the finer things. So there is this merging of this like motivation for all of like those things and those functions, the higher quality, everything. Mars just getting out of Capricorn, getting out of exaltation in Capricorn. So that optimization that Mars has everybody hungry for. There is something about leveling the fuck up here. That's really what this is about. And in Aquarius, Aquarius is the sign of the collective, the future, time to get abstract, time to get out, like think outside the box, time to act out of character, act outside of the box, act outside of the norm, and really let yourself plan and think ahead and think forward, but also trust and believe that it's like your business, your ambition, your love, your drive, meeting in like merging and coming into the house of the future in the house of your friends. So this is, and Aquarius is also about friends in high places. So some of you are definitely going to need to make room to cultivate relationships with more like-minded people. I keep fucking saying it. It's like driving me crazy, but it's just like, I told you so. Room is like going to be made. I'm just gonna say I told you so now because that's just how it feels. Like you have the opportunity to really like level the fuck up, but you can't if you just keep hanging on to ain't shit people and doing ain't shit like in ancient relationships. and connections, you know what I mean? And so I do feel like the cracks are being exposed. The faulty foundations are being exposed, and some of you just want to keep on going on with the illusion. Just keep on, everything's fine. But the house is burning down in the background, you know what I mean? And you just sit at the table eating. Okay, girl. Okay, boo, everything's fine. Do what you need to do. If you need to get burned again, okay, then cool. But some of us have done, have learned from the burns. And so, I do feel like there is going to be big shifts in the company that you keep, big shifts in innovation and what you want to move towards, what you're hungry for, how you want to create, you connecting to your muse, you connecting to your drive, you connecting to this ambition, to this force, this fire is going to be ignited in a different way. Mars, fire in fixed air, it's like a blow dryer, being held to, it's like an aerosol can to the flame, you know what I mean? And so there is this like torch forward, like passion, like there is a new harmony. It's like a new harmony line being sung. Some of you find like the right people to harmonize with. And some of you that's musically, some of you it's artistically, creatively, like you collaborate with new people. And then it's like, fuck, you may start falling in love with these people or like really start building deep connections and deep friendships. You can have like friends that you're like in love with, you know what I mean? Some of you may really start to like blur the lines and you be getting really like confused. Oh my God, like I think I love my friend. It's just like, so why do you have to be weird about it? Do they need to be yours? Do you need to have like some sort of possession over them? Why? Work that out. Ask that question. Where does that come from? Why does someone need to be yours? Why do they need to like pledge fealty to you? You know what? Like where does the need for that come in? And does that keep them from being their whole selves? Does that keep them? Is your love restrictive? Is your love expansive? Does being in a relationship with you give someone more freedom? Does it make them better? Does it does it expand their life? Or does being in a relationship with you cause restriction and confinement and limitation? And I love you, but boo-boo, we're going to figure it out together. So if the answer is yes, that's okay. I've been there. I've been that person who was just like, oh no, this is not what we're going to do. And blah, blah. I've been there, hun. It's okay. But I feel like it's just time to like really start thinking about the collective and what does love really mean? What does togetherness really mean? And I just feel like there is this shift. There's this like really this deep evolution in the realm of monogamy. This deep evolution that's going on in polyamory. There is like getting a heart centered, getting like more like real. There's new cycles being established. And so I want to just say that things are going to be shifting. And so the little like channel messages that I came in about the Mars and Venus going into Aquarius were for some of you, oh God, some of you that are in a relationship or in you're in a couple, you're a part of a couple, or you're in a partnership. It's like you're going to be opening up to new futures, friends, and opening up to new chapters in your relationships, opening up to maybe moving a new city. Maybe some of you are going from polyamory to monogamy and vice versa, or switching things out. There's like new futures coming in. And for some of you, the quandary of friends versus relationship. Your friends may not like your partner or vice versa. You may not like your partner's friends. They may not, if it's not you, flip it. There may be something like that, like friends versus the person you're in a relationship with, or your friends or their friends are showing you, like you're realizing like, damn, they hang out with these fucking idiots. Like, why does he resonate with them? You know what I mean? Like, why are you comfortable hanging out with people that are so, that differ from you ethically so much? Things of that nature. It's like, that person doesn't hang out with scumbags for no fucking reason. They probably got a little scumbag in them too. Peep game, that's all I'm saying. For some, there's new friends that end up being soul family and soul mates. And for some of you, you're in a relationship and a new friend or a new person comes in and is like, you made me, I just heard this. You made me want to leave one away. Start a new relationship with you. This is what you do. Thinking about a thing coming along with it, you made me wanna leave the one away. Start a new relationship with you. This is what it is. I'm so sorry. I don't know. This is not for everybody. That's not. But those of you who this is for, you're fucking squawking right now. Oh my God. Okay, actually, and I just feel called to pull one time for the one time for y'all. Okay, so the people, let's do the ethereal visions. So the people who are in relationships and there's like this new like soulmate best friend coming in and it's got you like questioning your relationship. 11! You get your wish. I'm telling you, for some of you, this person, oh, I'm so sorry. For some of you, you're going to have to go through a breakup because this person is actually like your person. And this is like actually like that harmony line I was just talking about. This friendship or this connection, it shows you, even if you don't, and that's another part of it. Some of you don't get to keep this new person. They just came into your life to show you that who you're with ain't it. And that you're settling. And so some of you, and it's just like, and you're so scared to be alone, or you're so scared to go a new way. You may work around pizza, or y'all may be at a pizza place, or your first date is at pizza, or you have this realization over pizza. I just smelled pizza and there's no pizza in my house right now. But there may be something, or they may work at a bar or work at a place that serves pizza or something of that nature. Okay, so this, and I'm sorry for those of you who aren't in this predicament, but for the people in relationships who are going through this, and this new person, soulmate, comes in, what's the outcome of them leaving their current relationship? What happens if they leave the current relationship because of the realization that this new connection has brought in? Because not all of you get to keep the new person. I feel like that's a thing. So what's the outcome of them leaving the relationship that they're in? 10 of Wands reversed. It's like, yeah, you realize it doesn't have to be this fight anymore. And then the Queen of Pentacles, your self-worth really starts to come through. Hermit reversed. You get out of solitude and you start really like connecting with new people. So I do feel like, and connecting with yourself and no longer playing the sweep it under the rug game anymore. I feel like you're done with the indecision. If you leave, it stops being such a fight. I feel like you stop feeling so fucking burdened and tired by trying to put in the work and make this shit work. When I feel like this other person, that they're not even doing that for you necessarily. And so I feel like if those of you who this new person or this new friend came in and they've exposed the faulty foundations or the cracks in your relationship, what they're really doing is exposing the cracks in your self-image and the cracks in your self-worth. Because why don't you love yourself enough to acknowledge like, hey, this doesn't feel right for me anymore. I love you. All right. So moving on. Some of you, there's new friends coming in and they end up being like the next relationship that you're supposed to be in. And this person, this new connection may cause breakups in some way. It may cause breakups in your friend group. Some of you your friends may get jealous, or your friends may start hassling you about things. And I also, what came through was the quote, I met someone. For some of you, it's like, oh my God, like, girl, like, I met someone. Or mom, I met someone. Dad, I met someone. Like, I need to talk about, like, I just need to gush. And for some of you, this is like, I met someone else. Or your partner. If it's not you, flip it. It could be someone like, someone could be meeting someone else. and it's a better match. It's a better fit. And it's important for you to acknowledge what doesn't work anymore. And so for some of you, I feel like you're about to meet people. We're meeting people. This is Aquarius season. We're going into the sign of a collective. The lovers, Mercury is there. Venus is there. Mars is there. In Aquarius, this Aquarius stellium is happening. And it's in regards to the people that we're around and the company that we keep, our friend group. Our future. You are the company you keep. And some of you, it's just like, oh, like you're so tired of not feeling satisfied in your relationship. And it's just like, okay, well then like, you can't be the only one doing something about it. I don't know. All right. So for some of you though, there's this like, I met someone. Oh my God. And for some of you, it's this like, I met someone else. So that's going to play out how it plays out. I love you. Don't be mad at the messenger. I'm going to pull, because I want this to be relatively short. So I'm going to pull one from the ethereal visions, just in regards to like what message do we need from the ethereal visions? What message do we need in regards to Mars and Venus entering into Aquarius together? First card out is Three of Swords. I'm telling you, this is some hearts are going to break. Some people are going to break up. You're going to start to like, as a collective, our standards are raising. As a collective, it's like add tax, raise your rates, know your worth. And there's a lot of people who have done that work. And I'm sorry, those of you who haven't done the worthiness and like that work, it's good. You're going to see the difference. There's going to be some discrepancies. There's going to be some disconnects between the people who are like, oh, this is not on brand for me anymore. This is not, this does not feel like it supports or serves or is nurturing for me anymore. And so Three of Swords coming out from the ethereal visions. I'm going to get another one because I do feel like what happens when Mars and Venus go into Aquarius, we get to the root of the matter. We get to the heart of the matter. It's going to expose that there are some lingering self-limiting beliefs, some lingering hurtful experiences that you're still holding on to, or are being still motivated by those hurtful experiences. And your survivor does not need to be in the driver's seat. Your spirit needs to be in the driver's seat. So one more message, final message from the ethereal visions. For some of you, there's someone with Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius placements that has had you feeling very stuck. Six of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Maybe someone with Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio, specifically Scorpio placements. Maybe they're coming in. There could be someone with soulmate connections, or someone that you feel like you've known for a really long time. Someone that has children, someone that has siblings. You're healing your relationship from someone that you had children with, or someone from the past coming back around, getting hit with the hey stranger. Eight of Swords with the Three of Swords. So I do feel like there is this brand new chapter in the realm of the mind that is available to you if only you would see the ways that you're holding yourself back. No more willful blindness. No more sweeping things under the rug. No more keeping yourself guarded. We're not here to be guarded. We're not here to just like recover from trauma all the time. Like it's time to like, we're being asked to open more, allow ourselves to receive more, to exchange more. And so I want to move on. Sorry for the shaking. Move on to this beautiful Prophet deck. I'm so obsessed with these cards. It's the Prophet Oracle deck. Check it out. Definitely beautiful. What messages do we have from the Prophet Oracle in regards to Mars and Venus moving into Aquarius together? We have number 7. It is when you give of yourself that you truly give. Giving. It is when you give of yourself that you truly give. It's when you give of yourself. It feels very Piscean. Very Jesus and Mary. Very just that archetype, you know, that the archetype of that kind of relationship, that agape, that unconditional love, that motherly love. And then we have number 15. So 7, there's been a lot of 7. So I do feel like there's a lot of spiritual change coming in. 15, 1 plus 5 is 6. So there's harmony being established. And this 15 card says, the earth delights to feel your bare feet, and the winds long to play with your hair. Clothes. And it's interesting, giving clothes. Some of you have clothes to donate. Some of you have things that you need to donate. Some of you it's time to start making clothes. Maybe stop giving away clothes and start refurbishing, or learning how to sew, learning how to take care of clothes, learning how to design clothes, learning how to create your own aesthetic your way. Maybe you're spending a lot of money on someone else making your style. Maybe it's time for you to start doing it your way. Or are you starting to enter into the world of fashion or aesthetic or textiles or fabrics or cleaning clothes? You know, either way, I do feel like it's also time to, in Aquarius season, there's going to be, I feel like, a deepening of your, it's like you start to see that nature is your friend. Maybe some of you start to spend a lot of time with a specific tree or a specific plant or a specific herb or a specific place. Really, like, you hike the shit out of this one place, or you really learn the ins and outs of this one trail or something of that nature. I feel like it's time that you start to explore and that you start to create a deeper connection to creating a deeper connection to nature, and specifically like the nature around you, the nature that's like local to you. It's time to start cultivating a deeper connection there. Next, I'm going to pull from the Wild Unknown Archetypes. This is like the box. The cards they're just so fucking dope. I love this deck, and they're circular cards, which you don't see enough in the tarot world. This is a great archetype in an oracle deck. So what messages do we have in regards to Venus and Mars? That was just a bunch. Venus and Mars going into Aquarius. What messages do we have from the Wild Unknown Archetypes? I do feel like there is like this theme of getting out of your head in order to improve your relationships, getting out of your head in order to heal. Like, see, it's like stop allowing yourself to be so wounded or so bruised, and allow yourself like this emotionally detached version. Oh, and that's something that's going to be happening emotionally. I feel like we get that distance. We're going to be able to have access to that bird's eye view to start really learning from the past and looking at our habits and the ways that we've held ourselves back and what's keeping us from experiencing the unconditional love, because we've been like halting it. We've been oh, nope, stop. Like, once you get to a certain level of feeling, or you feeling yourself catching feelings or something of that nature, or some of you just haven't been able to think about being in another relationship again. And I feel like you finally are getting out of your head. You're getting the emotional distance from the wound that you've needed so that you can gain the new perspective and stop doing this. Stop looping in your mind about this past relationship or this past love. And once you really stop, like you bring that to a halt, there's definitely a new perspective of that relationship. I feel like working on the Seeing, you know, that healer wounded relationship. Are you always attracting in people that are wounded? Are you always fixing? Or have you given yourself that? Can you fix yourself? Can all the energy that you've, you know, previously given into other relationships, it's time to give it to yourself so that you can free your mind and therefore free your heart. Start stitching your heart back up so that you can start loving and relating to people in a different way. And I feel like a lot of that stitching up happens in nature. It happens when you reconnect with yourself in the physical plane. It happens when you're taking a bath, when you paint your nails, when you do your hair. It happens when you go for a walk, whenever you put your headphones in and just like vibe out, or whenever you are playing with the dirt, maybe planting seeds or repotting your plants. It's like when you are really like diving into yourself, there is this deep, like, it's like the scab starts to form. You know what I mean? It's like the wounds start to really heal in a different way. Interesting. This is the message from the wild unknown archetype so far is the tear. The tear. Also, when I looked at it, I just saw the words first, and I said the tear. So for some of you, I feel like you're starting to acknowledge. You're starting to acknowledge or recognize where the tear happened, where this, like, which cut was made, like where the severing happened, where the disconnect happened. Like you're starting to understand, like, it's like, why can't you cry? For some, this isn't for everybody, but it's like for some of you, it's like you couldn't cry after this happened, or you haven't cried since this has happened, or there is something about like you haven't had access to a certain sect of emotions or a certain group of emotions since this tear happened inside of you. And now I feel like you're able to express, you're able to cry tears over the tear that happened. I feel like because you're able to see now, I feel like you went from Eight of Swords, and like it's this willingness, this bravery to take the blindfold off and be willing to see, be willing to cry, be willing to mourn the mother and then the hunter. For some of you, and it's interesting, the mother has this pearl in it, and I feel like the tear, some of you are healing wounds of the womb. Some of you are healing wounds with your mother. Some of you are finally coming into this like realization of who you are and your power, really connecting to yourself, that Queen of Pentacles energy, it feels like. Interesting, and this is number one. It's like coming back to center and you really feeling a value, you nesting. Some of you, I feel like this Pisces season is really about like we're needing to put a lot of energy into like nurturing ourselves, healing ourselves, being our own mother, connecting with the ways that we self-soothe, connecting with the ways that we self-parent, so that when spring comes in, when the fire gets ignited, we can charge, we can hunt, we can allow. It's interesting. Siren at the bottom of the deck, but this has a stone. Both of these have 3 stones. So this like's a little stone, then there's a pearl, and then there's like this ruby looking thing. So some of you maybe I feel like some of you are relying too much on crystal, like crystal magic. And then some of you, I feel like it's time to let yourself get into and start meditating with crystals. Some of you, there's healing, in regards to your heart chakra. But I feel like everybody watching, those of you who are doing some sort of like healing work, there's stuff coming up from the root. There's some sort of healing in the root. There is a wound. Start here. Stop trying to be all up in your crown and heart chakra. And I feel like a lot of you, there is a muse, there is an alert, there are things to be found in, because you're in survival mode in some way in your life, in some aspect in your life, you're in survival mode, or there's some sexual healing that's needed, or a shift in your sexual energy, an imbalance in your sexual energy. Mars in Aquarius, I feel like, is going to highlight it. It's gonna expose it to you, and you can't stay blind, dumb. You can't play dumb to it anymore. And you're gonna really have to nurture yourself in a different way. You may have, this may look like isolating some. This may look like you really maybe going into hermit mode for a little bit. But some of you, you feel like you've already done this work, and I feel like you're now sharing your nuggets of wisdom, your pearls of wisdom, and it's time to pursue, hunt the like the next level of it. Some of you, it's like you've learned some really big lessons, and now you've got some great ideas, and you need to like charge towards them. There's profound healing, profound understanding coming from looking back, the nuggets of wisdom. So I want to pull from the Tarot of Mystical Moments. See what messages we've got. The World. I'm telling you, there's an end of a cycle, an end of a chapter. Once you look at the tear, once you let yourself tear up about it, once you let yourself cry, once you, and it's not just about crying, it's like once you really get this, the deep wounds, the deep pain out of you, once you, and it may be by art. I feel like let yourself be amused, let your spirit flow, let yourself express the hurt, the pain, the abuse, the negativity. Let yourself get that shit out of your body by way of art, by way of creativity, by way of using your voice, talking about it. What's going on with this mother energy, actually? Can I get a clarification? I feel like it's time for some of us to start taking care of ourselves, mothering ourselves. Some of you, it's like, don't marry your mom. Some of you are like, or you're with someone who's like, they want to marry their mom, or they're a mother's boy. I feel like some of you, I feel like you can start nurturing yourself by way of getting back into the social atmosphere. You're going to start nurturing yourself by way of it's time to get out of your comfort zone. Some of you, it's time to leave the nest. Some of you have children where it's time for them to leave the nest. It's time for you to start having more fun. It's time for you to start being more active. And if it's not you, it's like maybe your partner, or maybe you're with somebody that lives at home still, and you're friends with their mom, or you're cool with their mom, and you're like, yo, like, you're really, cramping your mom's style, or it's time, and that may be a turn off for you. You know what I mean? I just feel like there's a lot of growing up. Please clarify the Hunter. And for some of you, there's a Hunter coming in. Somebody, Queen of Swords, someone maybe with Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius placements coming in. I do feel like it's time for you to start hunting the capability within you to transmute your pain into power, to start like really allowing yourself to like, I can do this myself. It's time to start hunting independence. It's time to start hunting a new perspective. It's time to start hunting ways to travel or explore or move, or some of you are moving or wanting to get out of the country. Some of you are thinking about, making really big moves. And you're delaying these really big transmutations, these really big, profound endings, death reversed. There may be something that's coming to an end that you're trying to deny needs to end. And the inner hunter is like not going to let you stay stagnant anymore. There may be some shit that's going on with the Scorpio. Some of you are healing something that happened with a Scorpio from the past. So these final messages I want from the mystical moments. 8 of Wands. I'm telling you, the pace is going to pick up. We're going in a different direction. The winds are turning. We're being rerouted. We're going in a different direction. And for some of you, I feel like Aries, it's funny, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius season are going to be very powerful for everybody in 2022. If you have Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius placements, I feel like buckle up, baby. King of Wands, buckle up, baby, because you're being ignited. And I feel like the Ooh, it's like the direction of the wind is changing. So the direction that your fire is going into is changing. There may be somebody with Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius coming in, and they march to the beat of their own drum. They do things very independently. They do things differently, and they're coming in to really change their life, your life. There's someone with Aries or Scorpio placements specifically that is coming in to really shake shit the fuck up, because there are faulty foundations and there are cracks in the foundation, and you can't ignore it anymore. It's time to make order of the chaos. It's time to start planting seeds that you actually like want to grow, not just doing things because someone told you this was what you were supposed to do, you know? So things are shifting. What you're putting your energy into is shifting, and I do feel like it's time for everybody involved to start cultivating some patience and start really finding a very stable footing, like bringing yourself security and comfortability, because our minds are going to be expanded, and we're going to be able to, like, we're going to be privy to a very abstract view of our future and our life, and it's going to inspire you to either keep doing things the same, so the divine's going to have to drag your ass to progress, or you're going to be inspired to really like stop playing and sleeping on yourself and moving forward and co-creating with the divine and cultivating in this really like dope life that you want to live. It's your choice. I love you.